Hi, I am Mariban Nawa, and today I will identify two countries and I will cite similarities and differences in terms of the following aspects. So first of all, I choose country Philippines and South Korea. First aspects is wedding rites. During the Korean wedding ceremony, vows are taken in the Kunberi ceremony. Both bride and groom wear the traditional hanbok, a traditional Korean dress specially designed for the ceremony. After the vows are spoken and the wine is finished, the family and guests will participate in a simple meal. While today, a typical Filipino wedding consists of the following rituals: a candle lighting, a coin blessing, the tying of the nuptial cord, as well as the throwing of rice grains. And their similarities is both Koreans and Filipinos give the utmost importance and respect in marriage. As much as possible, they avoid getting in a premarital situation. Second aspect is childbirth. In South Korea, some gave birth in women's house, but most of birth happened in the husband's house. People placed straw on the floor. Pregnant woman wears a black skirt before birth. Usually, mother-in-law or experienced women help the procedure. The umbilical cord is cut with a pair of scissors. While in Filipino culture, burying the placenta is believed to signify the end of pain and blood loss for the mother. Another post-labor tradition is to tightly wrap the mother's abdomen because it is believed that it will promote the retraction of the uterus and prevent further bleeding. Their similarities is mothers are encouraged to minimize their movement and implemented prenatal care such as managing the reduction of stress in babies and mothers, managing edema and pain prevention. Third aspect is parenting style. In South Korea, parents now share disciplinary power over their children, where previously it was largely the father's role. The ultimate goal of most parents is to see their child be more educated and prosperous than themselves. As such, most Korean parents are literally devoted to their children's success, while Filipino uses authoritative. In this parenting style, the parents are nurturing, responsive, and supportive, yet set firm limits for their children. They attempt to control children's behavior by explaining rules, discussing, and reasoning. They listen to child's viewpoint but don't always accept it. Their similarities is parents in both country practices the discipline to their children and they focus on the future of their children. The fourth aspect is dining etiquette. In South Korea, do not make noises with spoon or chopstick hitting the bowl or other food containers. Do not hold the rice bowl or soup bowl your hand during the meal. Do not poke around your rice or side dishes with a spoon. While most Filipinos today eat using a spoon and fork. The traditional way of eating is kamayan, or with hands. Kamayan was the customary way of eating in the Philippines prior to Spanish colonization in the 16th century, and although utensils are more accessible and common, their similarities is both are using spoon for rice. The fifth aspect is work ethics. In South Korea, as a culture that follows Confucianism and collectivism closely, South Korean companies take social bonding and difference very seriously. They will create plenty of opportunities for employees to bond, be, be it through meals or company events, while Filipinos are responsible, dependable, and hardworking. This can be directly attributed to the cultural rooted trait for filial obligation. While their similarities is minors under the age of 18 are not allowed to work. The sixth aspect is family orientation. In South Korea, family members are very loyal to each other and dedicated to maintaining their nexus. In Korea, a harmonious family is just as important as each other's happiness. Children should be taught to respect their elders and to express their opinions in a polite manner. Some grown up children live with their parents and support them, While Filipinos usually no longer distinction among extended family, close family friends, or even your parents' childhood best friends. So yes, once a honorary member of a Filipino member, you can also expect to be invited to all of their fun and food-filled gatherings. And the similarities of the both country is Korean and Filipino family are both family oriented. The last aspect is burial costumes. Burials of early Korea burial traditions have always occupied an especially important role in Korean society. During Bronze Age, expert pottery makers crafted earthenware coffins for adults in large pots for children, while in Filipinos, they believe which stemmed from indigenous ancestral veneration and was strengthened by strong family and community relations within tribes, prompted the Filipinos to create burial costumes to honor the dead through prayers and rituals. While the similarities is when it comes to the funeral traditions, both countries follow the same procedures since it is a method for them to demonstrate loyalty to the person who has died by keeping vigil.